This might be a good segue. You may have already answered it with this next question. What was the most defining moment of your life? Was it that, in looking back?
Yeah, I think probably in that first part of my life, you know, the FFA was 75% of it, and it really put me on the right path. Okay. Because I mean, I became a writer because that same ag teacher pulled me aside another time, and he said, his name was Mr. Effinger, Bart Effinger, great man, pulled me aside and he said, we're winning all these pig show awards, you know, grand champions, blue ribbons, you name it, we were winning it at all these pig shows, and nobody was writing about it. He said, why don't you write about it? I was 15 years old. I typed it up on a word processor, printed it out on that paper that had the, you know, that had that little tear pieces to it. And I went in the superintendent's office and I faxed it to the Oklahoma County newspaper. It was published that Thursday. I ran out on the driveway, at the top of my driveway, ripped open the bag and saw my name right there in the newspaper. I think I was just in my underwear at the tip of the...
We mentioned that in your bio about this, not your underwear, but the letter.
Well, you know, I tend to hold back on what I'm wearing in these situations, I guess. Probably I should, but I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this this newspaper, and it changed it. My entire life changed right then and there. And I was like, I'm going to be a writer. At the time, I wanted to be a veterinarian, but, you know, that changed right as I want to be a writer. That feeling is like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I kept writing, and I kept writing. And then I'm a junior, I'm a senior, and it's starting to become time about what do you want to do when you grow up, and you're putting in for college, you're taking the ACTs, you're doing all that stuff. Well, I tell my English teacher, I want to be a writer. And she had never been really a fan of my writing. Okay. And she says, well, I don't think that's a good idea. You should be a welder.
Oh, nice.
You shouldn't be a
welder.
Wow,
that's just quite a difference.
Yeah, and I've always had this mentality of a belief in myself. And that was one of those where I'm going to show you. And I remember thinking to myself, Michael Jordan was cut from his basketball team. Right. And I put a lot of things in, you know, sports perspective because I'm a huge sports fan. And that's how I looked at it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you. And I did.